It's the country's #1 RVing radio show, sponsored by RVTravel.com, with your host, Alan Warren, the RV Wingman.
The only show to tell you the good, the sometimes not so good, and the occasional downright ugly parts of RVing and the RV lifestyle. I am Alan Warren, the RV Wingman, and welcome to the RV Show USA. This is the After the Show where you can only catch it on social media or by way of our podcast. To make certain that you never miss a beat, go to our YouTube channel, hit subscribe, and turn those notifications on. So before we bring up my guest, I want to have you imagine something. We all know that buying an RV, that whole buying experience, can be exciting and fun, right? Well, it should be. But for way too many people, their RV dream kind of becomes a nightmare. It could be 6 months down the road. It could be the very first trip. All too often, buyers find out that there can be some real serious issues with their RV, serious enough that the dealer has to fix it. But what happens when your RV ends up back at the dealer for several months at a time? Believe me, this happens, and it happens a lot at the very big dealers like Camping World. It happens more than most folks can imagine. Where does that leave you? You're making payments on the RV. You're paying for insurance on the RV that you can't use month after month after month, all camping season long. Other folks are in the campground of your RV. Let's camp it out at Camping World. But wait, what if there was a group, an association, if you will, that you could belong to, where if you have a serious situation and you're getting the runaround, that the association would have your back? Well, guess what? There is. It's called the RV Advisor. Here to tell us more about it is its CEO and founder, Gigi Stetler. Welcome back to the show, Gigi.
Greetings. How are you?
Doing great. So did I set up the story correctly? I mean, you guys are there to have our back as the RVer.
Yes, you said it quite nice, and it's not just Camping World. I think it's an industry flaw, and it's half consumer, half manufacturer. Maybe or actually, I should say a third consumer, a third manufacturer, and a third the dealer. So, our job is to, educate consumers to bark up the correct tree, because they're barking up the wrong tree half the time. So that's really what we're about.
Okay, so the RV Advisor is an association it's a membership association, right? And it's $25 a year to join.
Yes.
Describe for me what I get for that, Gigi.
You get, we protect owners' rights. So its strength is in numbers, and I'm trying to revolutionize the industry because I know it best. I've worked on every single way the industry works, from manufacturing to on the dealer side, to service, to sales, to every aspect of the industry. So, and there's, the RV Association and the RVDA, they have, there's lobbyists, there's legislation to protect the manufacturers and to protect the dealers. There's nobody protecting the consumers. So the consumers are just kind of like hanging out there, and there's no lemon law, there's no nothing. So my job, or the RV Advisor's job, is to educate the consumers to, one, arm them with an educated decision if they haven't purchased yet, and two, if they've already purchased, to educate them into what to do if they have, some kind of issues, and where to go and what to do. So for your $25, for the basic membership, we have forums, we have Ask the Expert, we have, just you can call us at any time if you have a situation. And if you have a real problem, or you're about to purchase, or you want me to be your virtual shopper, you can hire me personally, and that fee is $350 for the year, and that gives you 3 consultations. But your basic membership gets you, like, we had a client today. She's on her first RV. She's about to buy a used one from the dealership, and she wanted our advice. She's a member, and she wanted our advice on, is she getting a good deal, and should she have it inspected, and this and that, and we spent a good 20-30 minutes on the phone with her, and we checked out the dealer that she was about to buy from, and he has 4.1 stars, and I checked his reviews and stuff, and I thought that the dealer is a small mom and pop shop, which I totally 100% support, and I And I said, if you build a relationship, you don't need an inspector if you build a relationship with these dealerships, because they're gonna have your back. And that's what we do. We just make sure, he didn't have the right extended warranty for her to purchase, and we sold her an extended warranty so that she's covered the second she drives off the lot. But that's not our main goal, is to sell warranties, but we want to make sure that you're covered. So if a dealership is trying to sell you a $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 warranty when it really costs $4,000 or $5,000, just reach out to us, and I'll tell you if you're getting a fair deal. But I want the dealerships to be able to make a fair profit, because that's what they're there for. That's not our job to take their profits away. But when they go on overkill, then I have an issue with it.
So for $25, folks, I paid my $25. I didn't get a free membership. I probably could have gotten one. Gigi, I know you would have given me one. I want to pay the people that I support. A $25 membership fee gives me a year, and I am part of the solution, part of an association that will stand up for what is right, to help educate the consumer, and we're not trying to beat anybody up. We just are tired of being beat up and taken advantage of. So,
exactly.
so Gigi, tell us, about a month ago, which was your birthday, you ran a contest. Tell us, and then we've got one of your contest winners on the line with us. So tell us
awesome.
Tell us about the contest.
So I just, for my birthday, I always do some crazy something giveaway or something, and I decided, because I was just so upset about all the RV horror stories and the Camping World experience on Facebook, and just reading story after story, and consumers calling me, and they're crying, they're poured out their life savings on these campers, and they can't use them, and it's just breaking my heart. And I just this isn't the way it's supposed to be. And putting my personal issues aside with Camping World, I wanted to prove to the consumers that that's not real. It's not the manufacturer's problems, because what Camping World does is he blames it all on the manufacturer. I'm waiting for approval. I'm waiting for factory approval. I'm waiting for this. And so I wanted to prove that that's not true. And a dealer needs to stand behind its product. And so I decided to take five people of the worst Camping World experiences and fix them for free. Pick them up, bring them back to my dealership if I have to, or figure out how to get them fixed, and return them back to the consumer fixed. So, and of course everybody thought I was crazy, but it was not, even if I pay out of pocket, it was more about the idea that it doesn't take 8 months, a year, 12 months, 16 months to get repairs done. It doesn't. It's a dealer's fault. It's not the manufacturer's fault. So that's why I did what I did.
And this is your way of proving that, is by showing that it doesn't take that long. You don't have to wait forever to get the manufacturer approval.
Exactly. But the thing is that's where I step in. Because a lot of times, like these customers that I helped, they're sitting there waiting for the phone to ring for Camping World to give them an appointment. And it's not just Camping World, it's other dealerships too, but mainly Camping World. So they're sitting there waiting for the phone to ring for an appointment. And when I got all their stories, and actually I had so many contestants, and I resolved so many problems before we even got to your show that I didn't have to do anything. They were just barking up the wrong tree. They didn't need to go to Camping World. They didn't need to do any of that. Like for instance, I have somebody that the coach was 4 months old, and they had 2 brand new air conditioners, and they stopped working, and they've been waiting for an appointment for 7 or 8 months trying to get in to Camping World, and they're living in an RV with no air conditioning. And I got their VIN number, and I called Dometic, and I got 2 air conditioners drop shipped, and a mobile guy put the air conditioners on, and that was the end of it.
So it didn't have to turn into this.
And I built Dometic. No, and I built Dometic for it.
All right, listen, we've got a couple of the people that we've got a lady on the line right now from Ohio. Beth, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Beth, it's the Wingman. You're on with Gigi Stetler.
Hi, guys.
Beth.
Beth, tell us your story. My notes say that I guess you were pardon my French, in Camping World hell back in the service department.
Beth, are you my anonymous?
We will have owned it 2 years in December. It was in Camping World we bought it in December of 17, and there was 8 items that were found during the walkthrough that needed worked on, and they put tape all over them, and they let us leave it there for the winter because at the time we didn't have anywhere to put it, and they said, that's great because we'll get everything fixed while it's here. Call us a couple days ahead of time when you want to pick it up so we can have it out front and washed and ready and have gas in it. So we gave them actually a 10-day notice or so. Got there to pick it up at the scheduled time, and it wasn't out front. They had to go find it. They bring it out. It's dirty. All the tape was picked off of everything. Nothing was fixed, and it had a quarter of a tank of gas in it. That was the start of our Camping World horror story.
My notes say that your RV that you bought in December of 2017 has been for almost 21 months, and
Yes.
y'all pretty much have not even been able to use it.
Correct.
Gigi,
the miles that are on it, I'm sorry.
So how did the RV advisor, how did y'all get connected? Tell me about that, Beth and Gigi. I'll kind of back up and let y'all yak.
She had put on that she was going to fix 5 Camping World horror stories for her birthday. And so I had contacted her about that, and but I think we ultimately decided that it could go back to the factory because it was still things that could be worked on there.
Gigi, what did you see when you listened to Beth's case, if you will?
I was beside myself because actually, and it just doesn't take that long. And actually, she had some leaks in her slide room and stuff, and she showed me pictures of the way they took the room out, and oh my God, it was a disaster. They botched everything up. They botched the fiberglass up, and they're there with their measuring tape, and they didn't even take it out properly. So when she told me that Forest River was willing to take it, but they probably aren't. Well, I picked up the phone. I called Forest River. I said, I need these people to get in the shop like right away. And then Beth, she says, my husband decided to call the factory and see if they'll take us. And then she calls me back and she says, or emailed me back, and she goes, they're going to take it. We're on our way right now. So,
but I think that's because you were talking to them.
Yeah, I was talking to them, and I said, this is, unacceptable. I need to get these people in right now. And so the next thing, she emailed me, I think, on a Saturday, and she's on her way to drop the thing off at the factory, which is exactly what should have happened because Camping World was not capable. And I mean, I could have fixed it, but she's closer to the factory.
So hang on, Gigi. Hang on just a second. Beth.
Yes.
What was that like when you and your husband have been struggling for almost 2 years, I guess, and Gigi picks up the phone and starts the wheels turning for you? What was that like?
For me, I wished I would have had her right from the beginning, the start of dealing with Camping World, because I just think Camping World just took advantage of us.
I don't know if I could sit back for 21 months and wait for an RV that I had been making payments on almost 2 years and not even being able to use it.
They don't know what to do. No, people don't know what to do. And actually, the first thing I asked Beth, I said, do you have slide toppers on that? Because that camper, that particular model, has to have a slide topper. The way they've designed the roof, the water flows off the roof and it bounces onto the slide roof. And Camping World should have put slide toppers on it and should have included it in the price, or charged you extra, whatever. But they should have told you that camper has to have slide toppers. And it's just a construction design. So when I asked her if she had slide toppers, she goes, no, Camping World's trying to sell them. Called the factory back. I said, you better put slide toppers on that car. She calls it back. She goes, they're putting slide toppers on for me.
Well,
yeah, Camping World wanted us probably the third or fourth time it was in there, they wanted us to pay to have slide toppers put on. Well, by that point, we weren't willing to let them do anything else.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have trusted them to do that. But the thing is that, like, I wouldn't sell a motorhome, and when you know that when a particular design does leak, as a dealer, put slide toppers on automatically, because you could tell by the roof pitch where the water's going to go. And if you know that if you've got one problem, you're going to have two problems. They're all going to leak. So rather than putting the customer through that, put the slide toppers on, put it in the price. The customer's not even, they're going to pay for it one way or the other, but you're not going to have a problem paying for it if you know it needs it.
You know, Beth, it sounds like you were unlucky, very unlucky in one sense when you know, the problems you had, but in another sense, really lucky when you found Gigi and the RV advisor.
Yes, I feel very lucky.
How did you hear about Gigi? Because she's
I was actually watching your show one time and saw her on there, or heard her on there.
That's awesome, Alan.
well, that's great. Well, listen, thank you so much, and I'm glad that things are moving in the right direction now. Would you stay in touch, Beth, and let us know how things end up?
Yes, I will.
All right, thank you.
Yes, Beth, thank you, and I'm going to follow up at the factory again in the morning and see how it's going.
Thank you very much, Gigi. And Alan.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you. So Gigi, that was a sad story, but a happy one as well. I mean, at least so far. What's your take on it?
You know, yes, if she'd hired me or she knew me back, you know, when this all started, she would not have had 18 months of hell. And I think, like I said, I would have known right away why her slide was leaking, and I would have had her put slide toppers on from somebody else, you know, 18 months ago, and it would have resolved the problem. But what happened is because she didn't have slide toppers on it, and the way that water runs off the roof and hits the slide roof, so it's swelled. And when it's swelled, it no longer goes in and out the same way. So it needs, you know, the slide roof needs to be replaced. So, but she could have resolved that. Like I would have told her immediately, put slide toppers on. You're going to solve your problem.
So what you're telling me, and then we're going to move. We actually have another one of your winners on. We're going to go to it in just a minute. But what you're telling me is that the problem. You're in Florida. Beth is in Ohio. You were able to diagnose the problem quickly and resolve it when Camping World was unable to resolve it for more than a year.
And that's my point. That's the point I'm trying to make to consumers, that you could FaceTime or you could tell me exactly what a coach is doing. I can diagnose it over the phone in the dark, okay? I've been 32 years in this business, and I have fixed more campers than you can possibly imagine, and I know exactly like what's going on with one, and there's not a camper that I've not worked on. So as soon as you tell me the symptoms, I can pretty much figure it out. And anyway, yeah, I could have saved her a long time ago and a lot of headaches, and I think, and that's what you get for $25. That's what she paid, the $25 membership, and that's what she got, you know? So
I love it. Listen, we've got another RVer with a sad situation. This one is over in Washington State. Sheila, Curtis, y'all there?
Hi, this is Sheila.
Hi.
I'm here. Curtis is right now.
All right, well, congratulations, Sheila, on being one of the RV Advisor winners.
Thank you so much.
Hey.
And Gigi, thank you. We are so excited about it, and everything is happening so quickly. Let me give you just a really short overview of what's been going on. We bought our brand new Winnebago RV Class A at Camping World.
Hey, Sheila, can you move a little bit closer to your phone, please? It sounds like you're.
Sure. Is this better?
Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
Okay, great. We bought a brand new RV Winnebago Via at a Camping World in outside of Portland, actually, because we're across the border from there. And that was in October of 2016. We never actually took possession of the RV until the end of November of 2016. It was a 2017 brand new RV. It was on a Mercedes Sprinter, which my husband really appreciated because he likes the Mercedes product and stuff, and we thought it would be real good. We loved it from the get-go, but as I said, we didn't get it for over a month. And part of that, we were supposed to get it within a week. It was there on the lot, but we had noticed a couple things that needed to be corrected or added. We added some purchases to it, like satellite dishes and a tow package, those kinds of things. Something called Crystal Fusion to protect the window because it had a really nice big Class A window on it, and we didn't want to break it and have to pay for it. In any case, we had a problem with the finance person who did the paperwork for us. He misspelled our last name. And unfortunately, due to a lot of communication issues, the service department, which was supposed to have been told to do all these things for RV, never knew who they were dealing with because the name was misspelled. So we
You mean, hang on, Sheila. You mean the people in the back didn't know what the people, or the people in the front didn't know what the people in the back were doing?
Oh,
That's
God.
correct. No one actually called them or communicated directly to them that we had purchased a brand new Class A expensive motorhome and that they had some tasks to do to get it ready to go. They never knew.
So it just sat there, not getting worked on.
It just sat there on the lot. No work was done. And we kept going down and checking, and they're saying, we just can't find anything in the system. We finally had to go back into the sales department, and actually we had, because we had financed part of the purchase, we got a card from our insurer, but our name was spelled incorrectly. So we, through many visits and trying to figure out what was going on in the last few weeks of October and early November, we discovered that indeed the finance person had misspelled our last name, and the service department couldn't make the connection that we were missing a letter in the name on their computer.
Well, do you feel
So
like it was an
needless to
honest
say-
mistake, or do you think that were you going, come on, give me a break?
That's a bunch of BS. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. No, we were pretty frustrated at that point. I don't think that they made the mistake on purpose. It was supposedly a new person who then, I'd say by November was fired. But that didn't help our case any at that point. In any case, we finally were able to get the RV back about the end of November. So it was there for a month to have the things installed and to have, most notably, our hot water heater. We had a tankless hot water heater in the coach, and it didn't provide hot water. When we finally were told it was ready to come home with us, we asked the manager to please check and show us how it worked. Well, it didn't provide any hot water. So we had to leave it again. So it took, I would say in the first 4 months, we barely saw our RV. Just for maybe a weekend, we had it just to have it at home and learn the features on it, and then it went back in for more repairs. But the communication issues and the lack of return phone calls, for us to have to drive, 20 or 30 miles across from Washington to Oregon to check out, what was happening with our nice coach, which then ended up getting winterized at our expense because they had it on the lot. And we have some pretty cold, chilly weather up here in Washington. Anyways, it was really tough. We took a couple of trips there, and this has been now 3 years, really. So we've had a couple of big cross-country trips. We have a GPS unit in the RV that has failed a number of times. So you're kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and all of a sudden you get an error message on your GPS that it's not gonna work.
So hang on, Gigi, what's your take on this? I mean, if you obviously Sheila is one of your winners. What's your take on this whole thing? It just sounds like I don't know, amateurs, if you will, not real professionals in the way that things were handled. You spend a ton of money on a brand new Class A, and you can't even
paperwork thing. Yeah, the whole paperwork thing is impossible because even if they spelled her name wrong, okay, she has a temporary tag with a VIN number on it. You put the VIN number in your system. Come on, Camping World does $1 billion a year and has a not a CRM system, so that it's not possible. So you don't even go by your last name. You go by the VIN number when you're doing a warranty claim. So that's just a stall tactic because they're incompetent.
So Sheila, before you connected with Gigi, what was your plan? I mean, yeah, my notes say that you've got your coach at your house, but so many things on it are just broken. They've never worked. What were your plans?
Our plans were to, continue to do what we could to try and, look at options for ourselves. We're, like I said, we're sort of out in the middle of not exactly nowhere in Southwest Washington, but we have somewhat limited availability of dealers to take the RV to for fixing things. So we were really lucky that I just happened to find on a Facebook post, I think, is where I saw an ad for the Camping World Challenge, and read about Gigi a little bit, and then decided, 5 lemons to be picked. Well, I at that point we were so frustrated. I said, we've got a good lemon here. Why don't I just write them and give them, what they need in the way of a short story? And very shortly after that, that was, I think the submission date was the 21st of August. By the beginning of September, I think September 4th, one of Gigi's associates had been in contact with me and asking for more supporting information. And Gigi has been on the spot with me. I mean, we have done this over and over and over with Camping World for almost 3 years now. Since September 4th, I've had a lot of communication with Gigi's team. And then on Sunday, this past Sunday on the 8th, Gigi connected us with the GPS manufacturer.
Sunday? On Sunday?
On Sunday, this past Sunday. And they have already sent out, we anticipate that no later than Monday we'll have a new SD card and some other material that we can reprogram that infotainment center GPS system. And if that doesn't work, then Gigi's already ready to help us with another fix for it. But we think that'll work. But I have an even better one. Today, she sent me a repair person who knows Mercedes Sprinter chassis. My husband's the driver's side window would not roll up or down. It took forever, and you actually had to put your hand on it to make it go all the way up. So you had to open the door to talk to anybody, if it was at a toll booth or if we were going across the border into Canada or whatever. That gentleman came out within 30 minutes of contacting us and said that Gigi had asked him to come over, and he was not too far away from us. He and my husband got the RV out of our garage, took a look at it. He looked at the door and determined that more than likely the motor is broken, has been broken. It's not fixable. It needs to be replaced. It was hot to the touch, and he said it was dangerous. Now, that's been a problem from day one. And Camping World kept saying, well, it's within manufacturer's specs. All they ever did to it, I think, was lubricate it. We don't think they ever actually worked on it to correct it.
Well, you are another very fortunate person to have found the RV Advisor and found Gigi Stetler.
Oh, you're right about that.
Oh my gosh, she is a lady on a mission. So we're going to let you go, Sheila. But thank you, congratulations, best of luck, and please keep us posted on how things go for you. Okay?
I sure will. Thanks again, Gigi.
Thank you,
You're
Sheila.
terrific.
Have a good night.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.
Gigi, that is so awesome to hear stories like that. People that, like Beth up in Ohio and Sheila in Washington. But they come from all over the country, don't they?
All over the country, yep.
Well, I want to.
As you can see, it's not that hard, as you can see.
If you just do it, if you take it seriously. I wonder why. The why questions are always difficult to answer, but why can a big, giant company just not be able to take care of something that I'm not talking. This is not a put down. Little old Gigi in Florida can pick up the phone and make, move heaven and earth just with a phone call. And they can't do it.
Because they don't care. You have to care first. That's the first problem. If you don't care, and it's all about greed, and the thing is, but I'm going to put a smidgen of blame on the consumer, because putting my personal dealership hat on for a moment, we lose a lot of deals to, internet dealerships that customers want to get a better price, and they don't like my price, and they'll drive, all the way to Ohio and save a few $1,000s, and then it's broken, and then they want to come and have me fix it, and that's a problem. So, you have to support your local dealer. A lot of people go to Camping World because of price. So, if you sell 200 units a month, it is impossible for you to service 200 units a month. It's impossible. And, and they're selling, the campers cheap, and then they're making all their profit that you don't even know it's coming, but they're making so much money on the back end on financing and warranty and all the other crap that they sell you that you would have been better off buying from your local dealer. You would have been at the same price. You would have had somebody take care of you. So stop looking for the cheapest price. Pay a dealer a PDI, a prep. Go through the unit. don't take delivery of a coach if there's problems with the coach. Don't sign your paperwork. Don't sign a contract, and don't sign your financing, and don't leave it there. That's your fault.
Because once you sign your name, you have no more power. None.
You own it. You own it. I just another a customer that hired me that hired me at GPS because he was about to take possession of a brand new 2020 Tiffin that was getting built for him. And Tiffin's a great manufacturer, and they do stand behind their products. And I don't know this dealer that he was buying from, but he had called me after he signed the contract. And, he was just, wanted to make sure he was doing the right thing. But he called me after he signed the contract and put a deposit, and he left his trade in there as a deposit. And that is the last thing you ever want to do, because if something goes wrong, they'll take your trade in. They have the right, it's in the contract, that they can keep your trade in, okay, and sell it for whatever it's worth. That is a non-refundable deposit. So please, people, please call me or hire me first before you sign a contract. But this particular customer, luckily, so he signed the contract, left his trade in there, then hired me. And I said, send me your contract. I want to review it. And I look at the contract, and in the fine print on the back of the contract, in the fine print, it says, you have inspected the RV, and you have accepted it in its current condition. And it is sold as is. So how could the guy have inspected it when it hasn't even been built yet? So if it comes in with a whole bunch of flaws, or not even the same floor plan, or what he ordered with the wrong color, he owns it.
That is, I believe you, but it's incredible that
nobody reads the fine print.
They don't read the fine print, so the consumer has to accept some responsibility. Folks, Gigi Stetler is on from the RV Advisor. The RV Advisor is the only consumer advocacy group that I know of that represents people like you and me who love to RV, and we feel powerless against the sometimes the manufacturers, oftentimes the dealer. It's the he said, she said, well, we can't get the part, well, they sent the wrong part. It's blame everybody else. Gigi cuts right through the crap, if you will,
yes.
And you fix stuff, Gigi, and for $25 a year, I'm telling you, folks, if I wrote I literally went online, bam, the RVadvisor.com. I gave him my $25, and if I never use it, it's one of the best $25 I've ever invested.
Exactly. You hope that you don't need it, but the thing is, it's strength in numbers. Can you imagine if we had 1 million members? If Good Sam has 2 million members and they don't do anything for their customers, nothing. If we had 1 million members, I could hire lobbyists to fight for lemon law and do all of that. I need resources. I have staff. I have lawyers. I have a team of lawyers on staff. So the more members we have, the more resources I can gather, so that the stronger we become, so that they have to listen, and I hold them accountable.
And Gigi, I'm sorry to interrupt, but the more members that you get, and folks, let me tell you how much I get paid out of each one of your memberships, out of your $25. Zero. Nothing. Okay? That's the truth. But imagine this, like Gigi said, if there's 1 million people that are members of the RV Advisor, you can tell what kind of a can-do person Gigi is. She can, metaphorically move heaven and earth, make things happen. Can you imagine, as the RV Advisor grows, that when you tell people that you're a member of the RV Advisor to a camping
they're going to be scared of you.
They're going to go, holy crap.
I want people, exactly, and what I want to happen, I want dealers to be more afraid of me, so when one of my members walks in to buy something, they're going to get unbelievable service, because they're going to be scared of me when if they don't take care of my member. And that's our mission. That's our goal.
Because you know right how to cut through the BS. All right. Well, so listen, where do people go if they want to show their support and sign up to become a member of the RV Advisor? And then we got to get you back on in a few weeks.
Yep. Go to thervadvisor.com, thervadvisor.com, and please, just sign up, support. You never know when you're going to need me. You might need me right now. And
not even know it.
Yeah, it might not. Yeah, exactly. Not even know it, but we're here for every kind of advice. We have a forum that you can communicate with other RVers and stuff, and we've got so many more things growing. we're growing and growing and growing. So our website is we've got a lot of content, but we have so much more coming. We're going to have a weekly podcast for members for situations like what we're talking about right now. We'll have a weekly podcast where members can talk to each other and talk about their experiences and situations and problems and stuff like that. So we have so much going on.
And you know what? I would like to. I am going to ask you for this in the future. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I would like to get a giveaway of a GPS, a Gigi's personal service, and give it to one of our listeners, viewers. But that's only among members, people that are actually members of the RV Advisor. But give that.
You have to be a member.
But give that extra. We're gonna come up with some way to give that away, because I'm telling you, folks. If you need somebody in your corner that knows the drill, that knows where the BS is and how to cut through it, get to the right people, she's on the line with us right now. So, Gigi, thank you so much. We will send everybody we can to the RVadvisor.com and get you on again real soon, okay?
It was really fun. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
All right, talk to you later. Well, there you go, everybody. I hope this interview helped you think about supporting a group that is designed to protect RVers, consumers like you and like me, and hopefully get you to shell out a whopping $25 to become a part of the solution. If you believe the RV industry needs a consumer advocacy group, one that can and will push back against poor quality and awful dealer service, I have paid my $25, and I hope that you will do the same. Go to thervadvisor.com, become a member. Again, $25, and you'll join thousands of others to support a group that's actually doing something on behalf of RVers. Their website again, thervadvisor.com. As always, we welcome your thoughts, your comments, suggestions, and we would love to hear what you think of our show. Our 24-hour voicemail, it's easy to remember, 1-330-WINGMAN, 1-330-WINGMAN. Call 24 hours a day and leave your message. The graphics girl here listens to every single one of them, and sometimes we even play them on the air. Again, 1-330-WINGMAN. Give us a call. I'm Alan Warren. I am the RV Wingman. Thanks for riding along with us today. Be safe, have fun, and don't leave your good manners at home. So long, everybody.